Hey guys, Zach with All Access Card Shop, and I am with.
Andrew Luebke.
And what'd you do?
I took first place at the Minnesota Regional this weekend.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any shout outs before we get into the deck profile?
Tons of shout outs. First off, shout out to my wife Maria. Also shout out to the guys I drove with, Gavin and Micah. Also huge shout outs to Michael Wagner. Tons of help just play testing, working through some general theory, siding patterns. That was very, very helpful. Truthfully, couldn't have done it with all his help. Also, shout outs for playtesting Marcellus, Joel, Garrett, Mitchell, anybody else who helped test here at All Access. It was a ton of help. Also, shout out to Zach behind the camera as well. Two more shout outs to the boys down in Jacksonville as well. Appreciate all the help testing and helping make me a better Yu-Gi-Oh player. And then last but not least, shout out to All Access for being the best card shop in Green Bay. Actually in the entire state of Wisconsin. So.
Alrighty, let's get into the deck profile.
Yeah, absolutely. So I played Fiendsmith Ryzeal. I think it's the best deck in the format, and it's just super consistent and helps play through pretty much everything. So starting with the Ryzeal cards, played the 3 Bonfire, paired that up with 3 Ice, 3 X, 3 Sword, and then I played 1 Node and 1 Cross. This is super standard, really no further explanation needed. This is really the best part of the deck, in my opinion. The Fiendsmith cards, so we played 3 Engraver. We paired that up with Double Track, Lacrima. This card was insane. There's so many cool lines you can do with this card. I love the Lacrima a lot. I used it this weekend for sure. We also played the Fabled Lurie, and then the Trap as well, the Paradise. Again, this engine was perfect. The Trap really only came up once or twice for me, but again, I'm glad I had it. It certainly just helped push through the boards, break the boards, and now we go from there. Then we went into the non-engine, played quite a bit. First off, we played the Saki one of, you gotta play Call By. There's just so many things you can hit. You can hit the Fua, just to help keep playing, make your full board, or in the mirror, like if you just hit either the Lacrima or the Lacrima target, I should say, it just puts you so far ahead, or if you just hit the Requiem, obviously, that puts you ahead. So this card is just crazy. Probably should be banned, but speaking of then the hand traps and Fua, we did play 3 Follows. This card was insane. It just shuts down your opponent. I did open 2 in the final round that did kind of lock up game 1 for me. Other non-engine that we played was going to be the 3 Ash Blossom, the 3 Nibiru, the 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Impermanence. We then played 3 Bestials. We played 1 Magnamut and 2 Druis Worm as well. And then the last 2 hand traps we played was Droll. Truthfully, the theory was I just needed to stop them at all costs. The Mitsurugi deck is super scary as well. That's why I did respect it for this event and main 2 of the Droll to try and help counteract that. But really the main point of the deck, Fualos can pretty much pass their turn to make them end on a small board. You just need a combination of these hand traps, and seeing like Imperm Nib or Veiler Nib, that's like super clutch. And I'm very, very happy with this non-engine. Again, Michael really helped me sort out what to play and what not to play for the non-engine, and I think this was certainly correct. The main deck total was 43. We'll go into the extra deck right away. A ton of Fiendsmith cards. We played the Moon. We played Requiem, Sequence, Agumde. This card was insane. Bringing back the Lacrima to keep a 4 on the field, and then that makes my X live. This card was just so good. I'm very, very happy I played this. I see some people mentioning potentially cutting it. Absolutely not. This card is unreal. Desiree, Necroquip, Caesar. That just wraps up the Fiendsmith engine or side of the extra deck. Then we played double Detonator, and then the 1 Duo Drive. This is perfect, sweet and compact. This is all you really need. I decided to put the Abyss Dweller in the main, or just right in the extra deck right away. I didn't side it or anything like that. Making a Blind Dweller this format can be like just super clutch. I did this against a Crystron player. He hand trapped me. I had a weird, awkward hand, and I just went Detonator and Dweller, and that was game right there on the spot. Kind of the other cards then, I played the Aggregator, Dump Off X. This is really good. wouldn't cut this at all. The one kind of iffy card, I did play one Twins of the Eclipse. This was surprisingly not that good. It's really, even talking with Micah on this one, it's like a turn 3 or even turn 4 card in this version of the deck. You just can't turn 1 do anything with it. So maybe you cut it, maybe you play an Exciton Knight over it. Have to test that. But this was only okay. It only came up like once or twice. Last 2 cards, the Chaos Angel. This is bonkers, especially because we have the Bystials in the main. Getting it with the light and the dark effect is broken right now. And then the last extra card was just Typhon. We'll go into the side deck. First standard card is Lancia. You have to play it. Just respect Malice. This is just auto win button pretty much. Triple Perulia. This is very good, especially with the Mitsurugi stuff floating around. I really like that card for it. I did side also the third Droll, and then we also had the Cowboy in the side. Looking at the rest of the side deck, we did have the 3 crossout. This is really, really clutch. Crossing out a hand trap, especially going first. Also paired that up with 1 D barrier. I did cross out D barrier once or twice. Pretty much won me the game when I shouldn't say that. I won 1 game crossing out the D barrier and I lost the other, but that's totally fine. The last 3 cards, these probably should be something different. It just didn't come up for me. Was the Thrust and the Talents. The 3 was like a Thrust, obviously, for like D barrier in the mirror, and then you could just make them one-dimensional. You either make them do the Fiendsmith stuff and just shut off their XYZs or vice versa. It just, truthfully, it just didn't come up to Thrust it. I just didn't see it. And then same thing with like Talents. If you get Bystialed, you can just Thrust for the Talents, rip a card, that sort of thing. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, so you won your first regional. What's next on the plate?
Going to YCS Orlando here in about a week. And then after that, obviously going to do a 3v3 in Vegas. So very excited. Should be fun, and hopefully we do well.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, and good luck.
Thank you.